Coming up on the Sports Desk, you've had your Labor Day fun. Another summer's in the books and it's time to get back on your grind. We've got you covered from action on the courts to a little bit of early season madness on the gridiron. In between the hash marks on the offensive side of the ball, a couple teams in Torrance are on fire early while another, well, they're just looking for a spark. And we were served some high expectations on the court leading up to fall. The hype machine might have churned out a little motivation for these teams to set the bar even higher, even if they do have to reload their rosters to get there. Get excited, Torrance. The Sports Desk starts right now. How's it going? Welcome to the Sports Desk. Last time you saw us, Bonnie Prickett said farewell as she took her microphone up to Northern California. So now you get to hang out with me. My name's Wan Hernandez and I couldn't be more excited to share all the prep sports madness right here in Torrance. So hope you're ready to have a good time. Let's jump right into it. And we're going to go right behind center, where the news of the summer was El Camino's addition of former USC quarterback Jesse Scroggins, a top-ranked recruit transferring to a JUCO program always associated with high-powered offense. Expectations were justifiably high. In the season opener, we saw the Warriors struggle on offense. A 20-7 loss Coach John Featherstone called the worst season opener of his 27 at Elko. Scroggins split snaps with Nicholas King, and we all wondered if the slow start was simply first-game nerves.
Well, no, I think we have two good quarterbacks, but they're both very raw. I mean, Nick threw a little bit at Westchester. He's more of an option guy, and he runs pretty well, but he's still learning our offense. He got there very late in the summertime. And Jess has been with us about 5 or 6 weeks, and he understands the offense better than Nick, and he made some really nice plays tonight, and he made some real horrible plays, okay? So I always tell the kids, first loss, I'm going to take the blame for it.
So could they bounce back on the road against Allen Hancock? Not so much. Still struggling to get things going on offense, dropping their second game by a score of 33-20, with Scroggins being the headline of the summer. So far, the Warriors' biggest struggle is actually the ground game. They've rushed for less than 200 yards on the season, and in week 2 were just 3 of 15 on third down conversions, starting off a disappointing 0-2. And speaking of offense, the North Saxons, well, let's just say they definitely have one. North opened up 2012 with a high-scoring loss to Redondo before bouncing back and thumping Peninsula. QB Jorge Hernandez and receivers Mike Gerardo and Devontae Jenkins are putting on quite the show. And let's just say, the Saxons, they like to toss the pill a bit.
We have two great receivers, me and Mikey, so they can't just double on one. They have to be aware of Mikey's speed and my height, so we balance each other out.
Okay, and speak on your dynamic trio, what's being called the dynamic trio, the big three.
Well, we just got to keep playing hard. We got good things ahead of us, so I think if we keep coming out, we'll be fine.
I think offense is, the passing game's opened up, the run game's going to develop, and we should be all right. We're going to be tough, you know, we're going to give it all we got. I don't know, it's just going to be hard to stop.
How are you guys going to be hard to stop? What do you guys bring to the table?
He's a tall receiver, he'll go up and get you. I'm a speedy guy, I'm going to get in the open and then make you pay for it.
And in week 3, North took on Lusinger and flew away with another one, routing the Olympians 56-14. Jorge Hernandez having a mellow night, casually tossing 7 TDs and 279 yards passing. So check this out, guys. In 3 games, the Saxons QB has amassed over 1,000 yards passing and 16 TDs. Gerardo contributing 6 receiving touchdowns to that effort. So what's that give us? The North student body hasn't even had time to clean up after the back-to-school dance, and this squad's already hung 133 points on their opponents. All right, stick around because we've got more action and scores when we get back, and we'll even see who's the hotter Torrance team right now. That Saxon's offense we just talked about, or their next opponent.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Never look a howler monkey in the eye. We built the entire library out of recycled bottles. Fried ants are delicious. We finished a clinic in a rainstorm.
Really?
That was a confidence builder. My students actually ended up teaching me. So I learned this dance. I'll show you this dance. Yeah. In la keg, a la king. The classroom was more of a class tent. I think managing a sales team is tough. Try working with 5 different villages. My alarm clock was a rooster. Beans for breakfast, beans for lunch, beans for dinner. We ate a lot of beans. I learned a 3rd language. My seatmate on the bus was a goat. Always include the village elders. Always. My morning commute was by canoe. After 2 months, I was ready to quit, but after 2 years, I didn't want to leave. I didn't know I had it in me.
Turn 2 years of service into a lifetime of experience.
What's up? Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Bishop Montgomery took on the Bellarmine-Jefferson Guards after opening with 2 wins. Last season, the Knights finished 2nd in the Delray League and made a 2nd straight playoff appearance. So far, the storyline for Bishop this year is easy. Who will help them keep up that momentum? Junior running back Robbie Who, to be exact. Brittany Johnson has those highlights. Check it out.
Bishop Montgomery got things rolling early on in the first as quarterback Luis Soto fakes the handoff to Robbie and then finds senior Brian Paredes slashing down the sideline. He puts the first points on the board tonight for the Knights with a 35-yard touchdown. And the kick is also good early on in the first, and the Knights take a 7-0 lead against Belle Jeff. Things are just heating up for the Knights after Jonathan Porter throws the interception and Jared Balter is the ball carrier on the play, taking it inside the Belle Jeff 20. Now with 2nd and goal, Robbie Who carried the ball 3 times with his final play, getting him inside the end zone from 3 yards out to put Bishop Montgomery up 14-zip. Belle Jeff scored a 2-yard touchdown run to cut the lead to 8. Soto answered that TD by finding senior Kenny Ridgway in the left corner of the end zone. In the second quarter on their next drive, Who carried the ball 7 straight times, gaining 66 yards, which includes this 11-yard touchdown that stretched the lead 28-6. Just as Bishop Montgomery thought that they could relax a little bit, senior running back Josh Martinez puts on those jets and coasts his way past the Knights defense, all the way from the 6-yard line. Oh no, he's not stopping at the 30, the 20, or the 10. He's taking it all the way home. The Guards go for the 2-point conversion, but it's no good. Bishop up 16. The Knights pick up some momentum after this 50-yard return from Robert Rogers. With great blocking from his teammates, he's able to coast up the sideline and find the open hole. Bishop Montgomery takes a 35-20 lead going into the half. Belle Jeff coming out strong at the half, trying to stay in the game. Their sophomore QB picks up some yardage on a couple of runs of his own to get the team back in scoring range. Belle Jeff able to get their 4th touchdown of the night, and again, they go for the 2-point conversion, and it's no good, 35-26 Bishop. The Knights look to make a run late in the 3rd. Luis Soto hands it off to Robbie Who. Oh, that's Who, the one going for his 3rd touchdown of the night to put Bishop up 42-32. It's 3rd and goal in the last minutes of the 4th quarter. Louis hands it off to Robbie for the 3-yard touchdown. The kick is also good, and the crowd is going crazy at the end of the game. I met up with Robbie Who after the game to discuss his 4 touchdowns.
My lineman, my fullback, they really opened up the holes for me. And yeah, I try to run as fast as I can and hit the holes.
Junior quarterback Luis Soto threw 2 touchdown passes and completed 4 of 13 passes for 106 yards tonight. Head coach Ed Hodgkiss says despite their perfect preseason record and standout performances, the team still has a lot to work on both sides of the ball.
Defensively, offensively, we made a lot of mistakes, which is expected early in the season. So from that, we watch the film, we get better, we fix those mistakes, and you get better every week. That's all you try to do. And there's enough mistakes out there tonight to work on a lot of things.
With some changes to their lineup, the team still has some things to work on before their season opener, but they'll gladly walk out of here with the win. Robbie Who rocked the crowd tonight with his 4 touchdowns and helped lead the team to a 49-32 victory over Belle Jeff. Reporting for the Sports Desk, I'm Brittany Johnson.
Thanks for that, Brittany. The 3-0 Knights combined with Bell Jeff for 764 yards of offense. Robbie Hu accounted for 261 on the ground himself in 33 carries. Pretty pumped on those 4 times he took it to the house, too. Next up for Bishop Montgomery, well, they're going to host that North Torrance team we talked about and their Big 3. Finishing up the football action, West took on Torrance at home and handed the Tartars a 52-14 shellacking with Joey Notch's 4 touchdowns and 333 yards passing. Notch even took one to the house himself on a 43-yard scramble. The Warriors limited Torrance to just 142 yards overall and defeated the Tartars for the 4th season in a row and 6th time in the last 7 years. Moving on to the South Spartans, they hosted Rosemead for their first home game of the season, and thanks to a huge turnover late in the 4th, held on to a 33-27 win. The offensive star of the night was running back Brandon Chavez, who rushed for 3 touchdowns on 16 carries and 103 yards. Chavez even doing his thing on special teams, returning the kickoff for a quick 6 immediately after Rosemead took the lead in the 3rd quarter. Okay, folks, when we come back, volleyball's no joke here in the South Bay. Duh, we know that, right? But 2 teams entered this season with particularly high expectations for themselves and from everybody else watching. We'll show you who they are right after the break.
I love the concept of mentoring because you're really able to make a difference in the life of one young person.
My mentor is a role model for me. She told me about all the opportunities that there is in life.
She has transformed into an amazing young woman, and I feel so fortunate to be a part of that. I think a mentor can really open the eyes of a young person to all the possibilities that are out there for them if they just go after their dreams.
So get involved and do your part. Invest in the future. Mentor a child.
What if you could unleash your child's creativity while preparing them for a successful future? What if you could ignite your child's love of learning with one after-school program? What if that one program was easy and fun and taught critical thinking, teamwork, and communication? Destination Imagination is the one. Destination Imagination has been teaching kids teamwork, creativity, and problem solving for more than 25 years. Our students report increased ability to excel at school. Teachers report better attention and participation in our students. A major university study has documented how our students are ahead of others in creativity and innovation, skills that employers want and our future needs. To learn more about Destination Imagination, go to www.startateam.org and make Destination Imagination the one for you.
Hey, you're back on the Sports Desk. Girls volleyball at South High is no doubt a powerhouse. 4 straight Pioneer League titles led to this year's #1 ranking in the CIF Southern Section Division II AA preseason poll. Surprisingly, Coach Robert Cush wasn't too happy about the lofty expectations after losing 3 four-year staples, saying, "Now we just come out with the target on us." South's quest for a 5th straight league title comes with a switch for Tessa Fournier from libero to outside hitter. Erica Eastley is another Spartan on the move, the 6'2" former middle blocker now lining up as an outside hitter as well. So, the Spartans are literally reloading and competing on the fly this year. South opened up the season with a win in the guard tourney, but are just 1-4 since then. And while that target on the Spartans' back just gets wider and wider, the Lady Warriors over at El Camino are another team we'll watch closely this fall. The program's resume includes 4 state crowns. They've had 9 consecutive seasons of 4 losses or less, and last year's squad made a run to the state Final Four. All that, and the Warriors are just returning 4 players this year. Headlining that group is Taryn Luafa-Lamana and middle blocker Nigeria Owens. Sprinkle in a freshman class that features North Torrance grads Elise Tizone and Nicole Echeverry, as well as former West setter Allison Lim, and Coach LaValle Pattison fully expects this team to compete for a 3rd straight conference title. So there you have it, Torrance. The school year's started and we're back on the field, on the court. We're going to jump in the pool for some water polo action, a little bit of golf. I'm not going to run any cross country, but we'll try to keep up with them as well. Doesn't matter the name of the game, as long as it's Torrance sports, we're on it. Looking forward to a great fall with you guys, so make sure you come on back. I'm Wan Hernandez. See you next time, right here on the Sports Desk.
3,